Leading enterprise customers trust Tidal to manage their most critical applications and cross-dependencies. In today's video, we'll be demonstrating the importance of incorporating Tidal in conjunction with your ServiceNow ITSM environment. ServiceNow Information Technology Service Management, or ITSM for short, is a set of workflows and tools for optimally developing, delivering, and managing your organization's IT services. ITSM allows organizations the ability to manage cases, handle incoming service requests, and implement change management. Organizations utilizing ServiceNow ITSM see benefits such as improved productivity, increased user satisfaction, better process scaling, and faster incident detection and response. Organizations can now streamline the resolution of job failures by integrating their Tidal environment with ServiceNow's incident management system. When a job within Tidal fails, you can utilize the Tidal ServiceNow action to create a ServiceNow incident case automatically. Information from the failed job can be passed into corresponding fields in the incident request, thus eliminating the potential for human error. Also, once the issue with the job is addressed and the job has been successfully rerun, Tidal can even manage the closing out and resolving of the associated case. This Tidal ServiceNow integration allows Tidal users to stay in the Tidal interface and ServiceNow users to stay within ServiceNow. Let's take a look at how Tidal can streamline the process for resolving issues causing job failures. Once you have your ServiceNow connection configured, you are now ready to create both ServiceNow actions and events. For this demo, we'll be focusing exclusively on the ServiceNow action. Inside your Tidal user interface, navigate to Definitions, Actions, and select the ServiceNow option. Create a new action by selecting the add symbol in the upper left-hand corner, which will populate the Create Mode dialog. For our demo, I'll be using a pre-configured action labeled ServiceNow Demo Create Incident. From the Connection drop-down, select your designated connection to ServiceNow. For our example, we'll be creating an incident in the incident table, so we'll need to designate that value. You can either enter the table name manually, or alternatively select the ellipsis function to perform a search for the specified table. Inputting the word incident, for example, will return any table that contains that phrase. Once the table has been defined, we'll need to decide if we're going to be creating or updating a record. For this example, we'll be choosing the Create function. Notice that by selecting Create that the criteria to match record option automatically grays out. In the table Field Values to Set, you'll need to specify what information from the Tidal job will be passed to the ServiceNow case. Start by checking off the active box and selecting True. This is what will enable the record to be created within ServiceNow. From there, scroll through the table and select any options that you want to have populated in the ServiceNow case. Double-click the field value to be able to input data that will get passed along. Note that you can also use your standard list of variables to populate information as well. Note also that we have designated the correlation ID as a variable for the job run value. This will ensure that our record in ServiceNow is unique to our error job, and once we resolve the issue, we will only be closing the incident that is associated with that particular job. Once you have populated all of your necessary fields, select OK to save. Now that we have an action created to open an incident, let's create an action to resolve and close out that case. Again, from the ServiceNow action screen, select and assign a name designation. For this action, I will use ServiceNow Demo Update/Close Incident. Since we will again be working with this incident table, we can specify the table directly. This time, however, we'll need to select the Update option. This will allow us to input data into the Criteria to Match Records field. To match our previously open record, we'll need to set at least two conditions. For this particular example, we will designate that the incident is active, seen here as active equals true, and the correlation ID, which we'll assign the job run ID. This is identical to the correlation ID we used when we set up our open incident action. Since we'll be using this action to close the case, we must set the field values to set accordingly. This time, our active value will be set to false, and our incident state must be set to 7, which will correspond to the close code within ServiceNow. Once we have all of our designated values set, we must first confirm that our records are validated. Once the record count turns from red to green, we're now able to save our action by selecting the OK button. Once the ServiceNow actions have been created, assign them to a job event that will monitor the status of your job. For this demo, I have created 2 events, one to trigger upon a completed abnormal condition, which will open our ServiceNow case, and then one to trigger when the job completes normally, which will then update and close our ticket in ServiceNow. For this example, I will be using the tracking option under the Run tab to set the job to an abnormal condition. This condition will be looking for a specific string in the output, which will be echoed through a value in the command parameter. I have inserted my job group into the schedule, and we can see that the job Identify Variances has completed abnormally. Navigating back to ServiceNow and selecting Refresh, we can see a new incident case has been generated and has passed along all the critical data that we specified in the ServiceNow action. I will now update our job to allow it to complete normally and then select the Rerun option. Now that our job has completed normally, we will refresh our case in ServiceNow. And now we can see that the incident case has been closed out with all the relevant data. To recap, Title's integration with ServiceNow allows Title to act as an automated service desk whenever a job encounters an issue preventing normal completion. Users can configure the ServiceNow action to pass only the critical data from the job that is needed in order to create the case. Having Title automate this process removes the potential for human error and allows for increased productivity as users are not required to manually create the ticket within ServiceNow. Once the issue causing the error job has been resolved, Title can then rerun the job execution. When the job run has completed successfully, the integration with ServiceNow will automatically update and close out the related incident. This concludes today's demonstration of the ServiceNow ITSM adapter. Thank you for watching.